Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, Abdul Aman, I didn't see you, I feel, before. Can you switch it on, your video? Ellen, Krishnakanti, Abdul Aman. I think you were absent before. Are you there, Abdul Aman?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you switch it on? You first day you were there or what that day?
No.
No. So first time you are coming to the class?
No.
No, you have come before. Okay. Okay, so I told you something related. We started the chapter related to statistics. I told you few terms in statistics, what all things you should know as an introduction in economics. Few terms I told you. So we'll start with that. Vinay, can you tell what do you mean? Who is a consumer? Who is a consumer?
People who buy things.
People who buy things mainly to satisfy their needs. We call them as consumer. Okay, who is a producer? Krishnakanti?
And when you produce goods and service.
When you produce goods and services, that person we call as producer. Okay. Who is a seller? Who is Abhilash?
Ma'am, someone who makes the goods accessible to the consumers.
Yeah, someone who make the good accessible or someone who sells the goods, and put it in simple words, that will be. Okay. Now, who is an employee? Anish went or what? Yeah, Anish, who is an employee?
Ma'am, the person who works for another person.
The person who works for another one, or the he is the one working for another one, means he is getting a salary from the other one. Okay, who is an employer? Ellen Shibu? Who is an employer? Only few are there. Please switch it on your video. Ellen, Abdul Aman, Sayuja. Is there any problem with your mic and video? No, right? Ellen, can you hear me? Ellen Shibu.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So who is an employer? Who is called as an employer?
Those who work.
Those who work. Employer. Is it? Ellen, just think employer, employing others. Is that from the term itself, employer, in the sense those who employ others and give wages to them, that person we call as employer. Okay. Now I told that the resources, it has some features. Okay, resources have some features. Vinay, can you tell the features? Can you start with the features? Resources are one feature.
Limited.
Limited, or we say scarce resources. Abhilash, can you tell another point?
And they have alternate uses.
They have alternative uses. Okay, so these are the two main features that you can associate with the resources. Okay. Then I told that there are three things is to be studied under economics. Three important terms I told. Which are they? See, if only two are there with the video on, only three are there. Remaining three? Just 1 minute, I'll put a message in the group to join the class. Just 1 minute, okay?
Consumption,
Abhilash?
production.
Yes, consumption, production and distribution. Okay. Now, consumption, or we can say that economics is divided into three parts, or the subject matter is divided into three parts, that is consumption, production and distribution. Now, consumption, what comes under consumption? Vinay, what comes under consumption?
And the consumer is given an income and they will
Given income?
choose from that.
Given income and price. At a given income, at a price, particular price, what all things he will buy, or what all things he will choose to buy, that comes under the study of consumption. Next one, production. Ellen, Shibu, what do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
mean by study of production? What is that?
Producers choose to how to and what and how to produce.
Yes, what to produce, how to produce, and what to produce and how to produce mainly. That is what decided by production. Now the last one, that is, what is the last one?
Distribution.
Okay, what comes under that? Pavitra? What comes under that? Pavitra. Pavitra, do you know? Krishna Kanti, do you know?
Ma'am, the national income arising from what we produced.
What we produced. So that national income is coming through different ways, I told. How do we get that national income?
Rent, wages,
Hmm.
and
Interest, profit, all those things if you take. So that means national income is distributed among all these things. That is what I told you. Okay. Now, what do you mean by statistics, or what is the statistics, or what is the use of statistics? I told you. What is that? How it helps in the, or what is the importance of statistics in economics? Did I tell you that? Yes or no?
Some study of numbers related to selected facts. in
Yes, it's a
systematic
study of
manner.
numbers related. Okay, that's fine. Then I told you one more thing related to the definition of economics. Can anyone tell the definition of economics? Anyone? Definition of economics. That is the last thing which I told you, and class got cut. Power went off here. So what was that? Definition of economics that was shown on the screen. I hope you might have written down. Anyone?
Ma'am, economics is the study of how people and society choose to employ scarce resources that
That
would have
have?
alternative uses in order
Yes.
to produce various commodities that
That
satisfy
that have alternative uses to
um,
satisfy.
satisfy their wants and to distribute them for consumption.
Okay,
among
produce various
people.
commodities, and that has the power to satisfy the wants of the people. Okay, now just 1 minute. Yeah, this is the one which I stopped with, I feel. Yeah, consumption, production, and what is the importance of statistics. Did I tell you regarding the data and all those things? No, right? Till here only we finished.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next one, how are we using statistics in economics, or what is the use of statistics in economics? Now, whenever we study something, we should know the, or when we study about the economic facts. Okay, there are some economic facts like, okay, poverty is there, or some problems are there, like that production is there, consumption is there, distribution is there. So whenever we study about that, we should have a proper data for it. Okay, so with economic data, we study the economic facts, or you can say whatever economic facts are there, that we call it as economic data. That is the first thing you can see, the relation between the statistics and economics. Okay, now once if you get the data in your hand, you are going to analyze that. You are going to analyze in the sense, what do you mean by analyze here? Analyze in the sense what?
Study.
You are going to study about it. Okay, what is the relation between whether income and income, whether demand or supply or demand, some sort of analyzing we will be doing, or some sort of study we will be doing. Now, after studying, we have to see that if there is a problem of poverty, we will study what are the causes of it. Now, after studying, after analyzing the causes, we have to frame some policies, or we have to take some action to solve that particular problem. So the last step you can see, that is what? Framing policies. So these three things you can see related to these three things you can see, or you can take it as the use of statistics in economics. So three things are there. First thing, we will be collecting the economic data or economic facts. On the basis, after collection all these things, we will be analyzing that, or we will be studying that. After that, we will be seeing the solution, or how to solve this particular problem of economy, or how to how to reduce these problems in our economy. So we have to frame some policies related to it. So these three steps you can see or as a step of, or as a use of statistics in economics, you can see. Just write it down as a first point. Economic facts are also known as economic data. Economic facts are also known as economic data. The purpose of collecting data is to understand and explain. The purpose of collecting data is to understand and explain the problems in terms of various causes behind them. In terms of various causes behind them. In terms of various causes behind them. So the second step is to analyze the problems. The second step is to analyze the problems. Next, after analysis, policies are framed to mitigate. Policies are framed to mitigate. What do you mean by mitigate? What do you mean by mitigate? Anyone? Policies are framed to mitigate.
Regulate.
Mitigate, abolish means what? To remove. Okay, because these mitigate terms you can see in economics often. That's why I asked you, or I want you to use this term. Mitigate in the sense to remove the problem, or whatever we are coming into the solution. We are finding some solutions here to remove the problems. That is what, to mitigate the problems. What is the last sentence you wrote? Abhilash, just read out.
After analysis, policies are framed to mitigate.
Policies are formed to mitigate the problems. Right, like that. Policies are formed to mitigate the problems. Okay. Now next one. Here, no analysis, any economic problem. Any economic there are lots of economic problems. So those economic problems simply if we analyze also no use. We have to find a solution for that, or first we have to find out the reasons for it, why these economic problems are there. After that we have to frame the policies. If no policies can be formulated without a data. So this should be done. Now next one, what do you mean by statistics in economics or in other in connection with other subjects also? This you have to write it down. Please write it. Statistics deals with the collection. Statistics deal with the collection, analysis. Statistics deal with the collection, analysis, interpretation, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of numerical data. And presentation of numerical data. So we have to collect the data, we have to analyze the data, we have to interpret it. What is the situation? We have to interpret it. We have to study and interpret it. And at the last, it should be presented in the numerical data. It is a branch of mathematics. Write it down. It's a branch of mathematics. And also used in disciplines such as discipline in the sense subjects, in the disciplines such as accounting, economics, management, physics, finance, psychology, and sociology. Psychology and sociology. Now listen, next, no need to write, just listen now. Most economic data, if you see, they are quantitative in the sense, one example in your textbook also it's given, it is related to the production of rice, okay. I'm not using that data. Okay, production of rice in 2000, in the year of 2000, it is, you think that it is 100 kg. It will not be 100 kg in whole of India, but you just imagine that, okay, production of rice is 100 kg in 2000. Now, here we are going to take another data here. Production in the year 2010, it is increased to 500. So, from this you can come to a conclusion that how many kgs it is increased. Okay, in 2000 it was 100 kg. In 2010 it is increased to 500 kg. So this is a numerical data which is considered as a quantitative one. It shows the quantity. They are telling you according to this some quantity it is increased. Like that, some quantity you can measure or you can understand in terms of quantity. So some economic data we say that it is quantitative. Quantitative in the sense, what do you mean by that? Can be numbered, that can be measured. Okay, so you can see that we other than quantitative we can have some qualitative data also. Qualitative data in the sense, for example, we are seeing the gender of a person. Gender, whether we can't say, we are not taking any number here, whether man or women, that is what we are seeing. Man, women, here no number we are taking. Okay, or health of a person. So what we see, we can say, we can ask whether the person is sick or healthy, or he's more healthy, or like that we can use the degrees for comparison. So some data are there, it is qualitative. One example what I told, gender. If you take the gender, we are seeing that how many, we are not taking the number here. Gender means here men and women, or boy or girl. That is what we are seeing. Okay, here we are not counting any numbers here. So some special qualities attributed to anything, that we are, that kind of data comes under qualitative. It is a quality. Okay, or sometimes we say that least, or we say that worst, better, best, and all like that. We say degrees of comparison. We say that we are using that kind of data. Also, we are using that kind of data. We call it as qualitative data here. Okay. Now, after getting this quantitative data and qualitative data, what we are doing? We are presenting the data in a tabular form. You know that what is a tabular form? Maybe like this, you make a table. Sorry. So here, maybe year you give. Then what is the production of rice? What is the production of wheat? You're asking here 100, here 500. Like that, you are bringing that into a tabular form. So that is the next step you can see after collection of data here. So it can be represented in a tabular form, it can be represented in a diagrammatic form, or it can be presented in a graphic form. There are different methods, pie charts are there, like that different methods are there. Okay, so tabular form, then diagrammatic form, and graphic form. Graph you might have studied in the smaller class, different types of graphs are there. Okay, so that is the next step you can see. Then what you can do, then the data are summarized by calculating various numerical indices. Various numerical indices in the sense you have studied about mean, median, mode. Yes or no? Have you studied about? Or have you studied about standard deviation? Yes. So those kind of numerical indices we use to convert the big data into a summary one. Okay, for example, income of the people of an area. Maybe in that particular area, how many numbers will be there? 10,000 people will be there. Now, can we remember all these 10,000 people's income? Can we remember?
No.
No. So what we should do? To at least, okay, income of many areas are there. Income of area B, income of area C. In all these areas, 10,000 people are there. How can we remember this income? It should be brought into one single form. How can we get that? Can anyone think of?
Class intervals.
Class intervals. That also is a big, it's a table. I'm talking about the summary. You are collecting the data, you are bringing it into a tabular form, then you are getting the summary. Just one example, can you think of? Okay, you just think that you in our school, your 11th section A, B, C, D. And that we are taking height of all the students in the classes. Okay, now what summary you can bring for this? How you will get it as in one number? What to do? Just think. What to do? Anyone? Not only Abhilash every time, others also can think.
Average.
Yes, very good. Okay. So what you can do, average height of A section, average height of B section, average height of C section, average height of D section. That 4 numbers, it's easy for us to remember rather than remembering the heights of all the children. So this is what we are doing with the help of statistics in economics. Okay, it is very, why I told you income of people, because income is related to economics. So income of people of an area, if we want to make it into a summary form, what we will do, we will use average. That is only one example. Other than average, you can see there are different methods to take the summary or to do the comparison. Okay, so one method what Pranav told, that is average, or we are bringing that into one single digit or one single number. So first thing I told that what all kinds of datas are there. What kind of datas we have in economics? Vinay? What are the two kinds of data we have? Yes.
Quantitative and qualitative.
Quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative in the sense, what do you mean by quantitative, Aparna? Quantitative means what? Aparna, when you switch off the video and sit, I will not understand whether you are sitting there in front or you are sleeping. How will I know? So when I call, at least you should respond. Sanam, can you tell? What do you mean by quantitative data?
Ma'am, how much as in
How many or how much or that
how many?
depends- yeah, how many? Okay, so here that can be measured, we can say. Okay, that number or 1, 2, 3 like that we can measure, or you can say that you can compare two numbers. Okay, this year 100 million tons of rice were there, or after some years 500 million tons, you can find the difference. So how much is it increased, that you can find out. So this kind of data we call it as quantitative one. Now qualitative data is there. Well, can anyone tell what do you mean by qualitative data?
Describe the quality or
It
characteristics.
describes the quality or attribute of anything. So one example, what did I say? Maybe gender. It can be gender. Or one more example I told you. What is that? Related to health. How can we take?
Healthy and
Healthy,
sick, very healthy.
more healthy, like that we can compare. So like that kind of data where the quality is stressed, that kind of data we call it as this qualitative data. So first quantitative data we got, or qualitative data got. What is the next step, Krishna Kanti? Next
We
step
make it
is,
a tabular form.
yeah, they should be presented in the tabular form. Either in the tabular form, otherwise, then what is another? Diagrammatic form, otherwise
Graph.
graphic form. Okay. Last, what are we doing? That we are summarizing that. How are we summarizing? We are using numerical indices for that, numerical methods for that. What all methods, example I told you, maybe mean, median, mode, standard deviation, those things we are using, and we are bringing out the summary. After that, we are interpreting this particular data. What is the situation now, or what to be done? All those interpretation can be done with the help of this. Now, next one, importance of statistics we are telling, or why we are using statistics in economics. That is, it is an indispensable tool. What do you mean by indispensable tool?
Irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable. That means we can't have economics without statistics. Okay, so economist always, you can see that whenever he is studying an economic problem, it is very much important that he will use statistics or to solve that particular problem. Okay, now the first thing, they have to find out the causes behind it. What are the causes behind a particular economic problem? So once the problem is identified, or once the causes is identified, then it is very easy to formulate the policies. The same thing I am going to tell, because that only they have given in your first chapter of this introduction. Okay, so statistics, find out the economic problem. It helps to find out the causes. Then once the causes are identified, it is easy to formulate the policies. Just write down these points. Statistics is an indispensable tool. Statistics is an indispensable tool For an economist, that helps him to understand an economic problem. Effort is made to find the causes behind it. Effort is made to find the causes behind it. Effort is made to find the causes behind it. Once the causes of the problem are identified, it is easier to formulate certain policies to tackle it. Abhiram is present today. Abhiram. Abhijit is present. Abhilash is present. Amal Roshan. Amal Roshan is there? No. Basuri? No. Kevin? No. Omar? No. Only Abhilash is there from C section. Abhilash, you are from C section, right?
Yes,
Me also
Okay. Who I will call? Sanam.
present, ma'am.
Yeah. But last day also you were there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I couldn't take the attendance that time, it went off. What about Sandra? Absent. Sanjana Suresh Nair. Like that one child is there? Any day she came? Is she there in any other subject?
yes, ma'am. I think she's in psychology.
Okay, so opted for economics, not for economics, right?
I'm not sure, ma'am.
Okay, what about other students? Any idea? Abhijit and all? Because Abhijit came one day. Abhilash is there. Amal Roshan. Any idea whether he is in psychology or economics?
Ma'am, he's C section.
Yeah, C section only. But whether he is there for economics?
Is there? I guess.
Okay. Basuri is there. I have seen her. Kevin also is there. Omar is there. Sanam is there. Sandra is there. Sandra is absent today. Sanjana. This student I have not seen, I feel. Okay. And what about 11A? Okay. Abdul Aman. Is he present? Shall I put absent? Is he there? Or went? Okay. Alan Thomas. Shibu. Alan Shibu. Present, right?
Yes, ma'am, present.
Okay. Alan Burgess. Alan Burgess was there before. Anish.
Present, ma'am.
Present. Aparna. Aparna. Aparna, I'll put absent, okay? Because there is no response from your. Then why there is no? Why there is?
There's some connectivity problem. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Krishna Kanti.
Present, ma'am.
Krishnanunni, absent. Naveen, present. Naveen, present? No, absent. Nestle, absent. Akshay, Akshay, present, absent. Why I am calling out, I want to frame one group, that's why I am asking. Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
present. Pranav, present. Rahul, Rahul is absent. Vinay, Sayujya, Sayujya, she there? Okay. Vinay,
Present, ma'am.
present. Vishnu, AV, no. Roseanne, no. Okay, now 17 students are there from 11A. From that, I want to create two groups. So Anish, you can take up one group. Anish, where are you?
Ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah. Anish, I will give few names, just write it down.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Eight. Okay, Abdul Aman,
Wait,
Alan
ma'am.
Thomas Shibu,
Yes, ma'am.
Alan Verghese,
Yes, ma'am.
Aparna,
Yes, ma'am.
Krishna Kanti,
Yes, ma'am.
Krishna Runni,
Yes,
Naveen,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Nestle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, these students, what you have to do, whenever I give any work, they will be sending you the things. Okay, I mean, if any homework is given, they will take a photo and they will send it to you. So that when I give the work, that just I'm forming the group now.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, next one, till Nestle I told. Sayujya is there? No. Pavitra. Pavitra, you write down the names. Akshay Verghese.
Wait, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Huh? No. This is for Pavitra.
Okay.
Okay, let her write. So these people will report to her. Okay. Akshay Verghese.
Yes,
Then Pranav. Rahul. Sayujya. Vinay. Vishnu. Roseanne. Now, Pavitra and Anish. Okay, because Anish will send the homework to Pavitra. Pavitra will send the homework to Anish. Okay, because yours, whatever you are doing, that also should be checked. So include his name, Anish's name in your group, Pavitra, and Anish, please include Pavitra's name in your group. Okay. So, and C section, Abhilash.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can take, I think on very less number of children are there in your class. Now you write it down, all the names, but I don't know whether some children are not there or not. Okay. Abhiram, Abhijit, Amal, Basuri, Kevin, Omar, Sanam, Sandra, Sanjana. But whether everyone has taken economics, I have a doubt. So that we'll clarify later.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so whenever I give some work. Now, why I made this group, there is a seminar, there will be a seminar for you people. So for that you have to prepare. So I will be giving one topic for each group. So you group leaders will decide the topic and give it to them. Okay. Okay, so for that purpose only I have divided you people into these groups and all. Okay, so this group will be permanent for the whole year. Yes? Okay, so group leaders should help me. Whatever homework, if it is given, you people will be checking whether it is done or not. Okay. Okay, then one more period is there. The remaining I will be teaching in the next period. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then bye.